25 years ago Sunday, Larry Bird registered one of the most impressive triple-doubles in NBA history when he went for 30 points, 17 rebounds, and 15 assists in the Celtics win over the Washington Bullets. Look at Larry Bird go.
Can't believe that they traded him the next day, Rick. Nah, that's April Fool.
I was waiting for it.
Come on.
And we get to the highlights. Former Kentucky Wildcat Rajon Rondo feeling the good vibes of his team being in the national title game Monday night, getting the C's off to a good start.
I love the fact we showed him with 4 basketballs warming up to start the game because the Miami Heat probably felt like he was doing that to them today. You see this play here, pump fake on Bosh, knows that Paul Pierce is in the corner for 3, finds him, and the ball finds the net.
Rondo had 10 points and 4 assists in the first quarter. And then Shane Battier off Paul Pierce is back and he scores.
Sticking with the April Fool's theme, Shane Battier giving the 8th grade treatment to Paul Pierce and then doing a great job of not smiling on the other end.
And then Shane Battier lobs it to Dwayne Wade. He catches and scores 15 points on 6 of 17 shooting for Wade. Part of a 10-0 run for the Heat. They trailed the Celtics by 1. And then it's Avery Bradley meeting Wade at the Summit.
Shane sticking with it, getting the 3 ball, but igniting the crowd with his defense. Avery Bradley been doing it all year, this time with the block shot on D-Wade. And they chatted.
A little bit. The assist off of Wade's head to Battier, by the way. Wade probably telling him right there, yo, I had 3 blocks in the game to your 1. And then they oop it to LeBron James. 12 of his 23 in the first half. We were tied at 40. And from there, it was all Celtics.
You love Rondo just having his head up. KG moving to the right. He's looking at Kevin Garnett. Paul slips behind, finds an open gap, and 2 points.
And then it's Rajon Rondo to Avery Bradley, starting once again for Ray Allen. Missed a 6th straight game with that ankle injury. Bradley had 13 points in 36 minutes, Boston by 9. And it's Rondo to KG.
Well, the Celtics do such a great job when Rondo's going like this of continuing to move because they know that he's in a great passing rhythm. Look at this transition whip pass. 1 bounce off the parquet right to Paul Pierce, shooting pocket. And then, you know what? If I can't pass, I'll just do it myself.
Rondo scoops it up and in, part of his triple-double, and the Celtics destroy the Heat 91-72. Boston gets their 30th win of the year against 22 losses. They've won 5 in a row overall. They've won 8 straight regular season home games against the Miami Heat, who fall to 37-14 with this loss. The Heat have lost 3 of the last 5. The losses by an average of 16.7 points per game. Afterward, let's hear from Doc Rivers and Rajon Rondo.
Miami didn't play well today. We had something to do with it, but they didn't play well. They're better than that. We know that. And, you know, I told the guys before the game, you know, I've always laughed when people say it's going to be a boxing match, and then when you get hit, you're shocked. And I told them, you know, when you're going into a boxing match, you actually get hit. That's how the playoffs are to me. You got to be prepared to get hit hard.
This is your 13th consecutive game with double-digit assists. As a point guard, what does that mean to you? What does that say? Tell us, put that in perspective for us. What does that say?
I think that's a true definition of a point guard. You know, supposed to get your teammates happy, pass the ball, and I just try to do it every night for my teammates so they want to play with me.
All right.
Rondo with his 18th triple-double, including the playoffs, but he's looking up at Larry Bird. He's looking way up at Larry Bird at 69.
Well, he's not going to be touching Larry Legend anytime soon. But Rondo, if you look at that list, just the most unlikely sources for a triple-double. At his size, you know, skinny, scrawny point guard, long arms, more of a defender. How is this guy dominating the game with the basketball, with the rebounds, with the playmaking? He does it, and it was a thing of beauty Sunday to watch him do it again. Sundays are his day. 6 of his 12 career triple-doubles happening on Sundays, 4 out of 5 this year on Sundays.
Unbelievable.
Loves it.
He likes that big stage. He likes the bright lights of national TV, and we're not mad at him about that. Right now, let's have you tell us straight. The new look backcourt for the Boston Celtics of Rondo to Avery Bradley.
Yeah, a much different backcourt when you don't have the all-time leader in three-point shooting. So Avery Bradley filling in nicely for the Boston Celtics during this stretch. And we're going to talk a little bit about their movement. We'll watch this play here. Paul Pierce is setting the 1-3 screen and roll up top, forcing LeBron James to have to give some help to Rondo as the ball handler. Chalmers has to make a decision, go under and make him shoot or go over the top. So you're going to watch Rondo with his activity here. Comes up, Chalmers goes over. That allows some space for Rondo. Not really a good idea with the way he's been distributing the basketball. Lisa Salters pointed out 13 straight games with double-digit assists. That means he's in a great passing rhythm. Heat guys got a pinch here at this point. You have to stop the ball first. And you see Dwayne Wade in this particular play just has his head turned. Usually it's Ray Allen in the corner. This time it's Avery Bradley. He sneaks along the baseline. Late pass by Rondo. Dwayne Wade has no idea that he snuck behind him, and an easy 2. In this play in transition, same kind of action as Rondo is just very patient at the point. He sees that he's got Garnett down on the post. That is option number 1. If he can create an angle, he's going to get the ball to KG. He's got LeBron on him. LeBron with his length sometimes bothers the passing lanes, and KG knows, I can't stay in the post forever. Let me come out of the block and let me get a hit on LeBron. Let's see what we can create. So here comes KG. He rubs off right here LeBron James and forces, again, LeBron James over the pick. Weak side, usually Ray Allen, not in this case, Avery Bradley. Rondo comes off, he recognizes the penetration. The Heat guys wondered, should I get there? Should we let the back line of defense? Other guys are sucked up to shooters, Bass, Pierce, Avery Bradley again. Fantastic job of sneaking along the baseline. Head is turned by the baseline defender, catches, a really fantastic finish around Bosch. And this is what gives coaches in our league gray hairs. You see all the old coaches. Spoelstra starting to get a few himself today on Sunday as the Boston Celtics found something on that back line. Got a lot of easy chippies because of Rondo's penetration and his vision on the back line.
And the Boston Celtics were 15-17 at the All-Star break, 15-5 since we all got back to work after a great weekend in Orlando. And Bones, as great as this Sunday was for Rondo and the Boston Celtics, it was that bad for the Miami Heat.
Yeah, the questions still continue about the Heat as they've been in a bit of a mini slump, not finding themselves offensively. Bad field goal percentage, turning the ball over a lot, and teams are taking advantage of that. But Miami playing sloppy. I think just not attentive to detail at this point. And this is really at a time of year where Eric Spoelstra earns his stripes as the head coach of the Heat. Wrangling in everybody, top to bottom, 1 through 12. Everybody has a responsibility and has to be accountable for what's going on with the Miami Heat. They've got to find themselves and get back on track and get back to that attitude we saw in the beginning of the season where they were just going through people. They seem to have lost that edge a little bit. We'll see in the next maybe 4 or 5 games if they pick that right back up and try to dominate their opponents as they make a run towards the playoffs.
Bones, the stats say that the Heat hit rock bottom with this loss. They shot 34.8% from the field. That is a low this season for the Miami Heat. And we checked the standings through Sunday's work. Chicago loses and Miami loses. So Miami missed an opportunity to get back within 2.5 games of the Chicago Bulls. And you take a look at Boston and Philadelphia in the race to win the Atlantic Division. The Boston Celtics came into Sunday a half game up on Philly. Now they're a full game up on the Philadelphia 76ers.